Hello there, good evening, welcome to the programme. GAA President Jarlath Burns has said he won't withdraw comments he made in an email he sent to NACE GAA after they offered a coaching job to a man at the centre of domestic abuse allegations. The potential appointment of Rory Gallagher sparked controversy and Mr Burns' intervention led to legal threats. Here's Catherine Morrison.
Rory Gallagher stepped down as Derry manager in May 2023, following allegations of abuse by his estranged wife, Nicola Gallagher. Earlier this month, it emerged he'd been offered a coaching role with NACE GAA, but the offer was withdrawn after details of the appointment were made public. Then it was revealed that GAA President Jarlath Burns had contacted the club to express his concern at the proposed appointment. Mr Gallagher subsequently threatened legal action if those remarks weren't retracted. Last night, speaking on the Late Late Show's GAA special, Mr Burns declined to do so.
I can't retract anything that I have said in good faith in a private email to a club. And I don't say that with any sense of ebullience or determination or, bring it on. This is a really tragic situation for a family. It shouldn't be getting discussed on the Late Late Show. It's just sad that it is on such a wonderful evening for the Gaelic Athletic Association. But I hope that it doesn't go to that, and I would wish everybody well.
Earlier this month, Mr Gallagher again denied the abuse allegations and called on the GAA president to withdraw his remarks. In a statement at the time, he described Mr Burns' intervention as an effort to sabotage my potential appointment, and said it seemed social media commentary and controversy now equates to a licence for presidential intervention. BBC Newsline has contacted both Mr Gallagher and Mr Burns for further comment. Catherine Morrison, BBC Newsline.
Bird flu has now been confirmed in 3 places in Northern Ireland. The latest cases were found in a buzzard near Mora and in a hooper swan in Port Ballantrae. On Thursday, the disease was found in a goose at Blacklock near Dungannon, the first wild bird to test positive here since September 2023. The Department of Agriculture, Environment and Rural Affairs says an avian influenza prevention zone has been put in place, meaning all bird keepers are now legally required to follow strict biosecurity measures. More than 1,000 people have taken part in a pro-Palestinian march in Londonderry a day before a Gaza ceasefire comes into effect. There was also a parade and protest outside the BBC offices in Belfast. The organisers of the Derry event said they wanted to see a permanent peace. Here's Dean McLaughlin.
The Middle East is waiting anxiously for a pause in fighting after 15 relentless months of war. Israel continued to pound the Gaza Strip this week with airstrikes, killing more than 100 people since the deal was first agreed in principle on Wednesday night. In Derry, campaigners and those originally from Gaza said they wanted to take part in today's rally to fight for a just and lasting peace for all. Majida, who now lives in Buncrana in Donegal, lost 32 relatives in the war.
They are not numbers. They are people, and they are so important for me, for my mother, for themselves. It's so complicated to explain it with the word, because it is really painful to speak about them, but also it is an honor to speak about them, to be their voice.
The crowd left the waterside area of the city and crossed the Craigavon Bridge and came down Shipquay Street before arriving at Guildhall Square.
I lost my father and I lost 5 kids, my cousin and my uncle and wife my uncle, and I lost my house.
These protesters from across the northwest said they will continue to stand in solidarity with the people of Gaza. They will, however, be keeping a close eye on the finer detail of the ceasefire deal, not just tomorrow, but in the coming weeks and months ahead. Dean McLaughlin, BBC Newsline, Derry.
To rugby, and after an impressive 52 points to 24 win over Exeter last night, Ulster must now wait for another result to see if they'll progress to the knockout phase of the European Champions Cup. They need Bordeaux to beat the Sharks by more than 28 points tomorrow, with the South Africans not picking up a bonus point in order to clinch a place in the last 16, or they'll drop into the European Challenge Cup.
I'm sure I will be watching it. I'd nearly watch every game of rugby that's on anyway. The prize is probably a trip to Bordeaux. We'd love to play them again. They're one of the top teams in Europe. by the time that comes around, we will have some reinforcements coming back into our squad. We're kind of at a stage now where over the next couple of games we will be dripping back in some really big senior players into our team. Bordeaux for 60 minutes we were pretty good and got blown away. So it's nice to actually maybe do it the other way around today.
Now Barra's next with your weather forecast.
Hello, staying dry through this evening and overnight. Quite a bit of cloud, and temperatures where we have the cloud overnight are falling to about 6 or 7 degrees. A little bit cooler perhaps where the skies do clear. For tomorrow, much like today, lots of dry weather, although quite cloudy, especially to begin with. As we make our way through the morning, the cloud will begin to break and there will be some rays of sunshine developing, and they will stay with us through the afternoon as well, although for some the cloud could remain quite stubborn. Still temperatures tomorrow with southerly winds 10 or 11 degrees, so above average. We have this weak weather front then coming in by the end of the day from the Atlantic, and that's set to bring some patchy light rain and drizzle in towards the west by tomorrow evening. That gradually nudging its way eastwards tomorrow night, but it will fizzle out and it shouldn't amount to very much. It will clear by Monday. Monday across Ireland and the UK, dry picture, but lots of cloud. Still a few breaks, there will be some sunshine and temperatures still climbing above average, but they will eventually fall back closer to what they should be throughout next week.
And that's it. We're back tomorrow at 10 to 6. I hope you can join me then. Until then, you can keep up to date with the BBC Newsline website and with Radio Ulster. Enjoy your evening. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.